现在还差5分钟就8点。现在提醒大家一下，你们的手机有调为震动吗？注意一下你们的手机啊，看看有没有调为震动。也许或者你们的 WiFi 那个声音啊，记得不要有简讯的时候就有声音出来。希望大家合作一下，你们的手机能够调为静音，谢谢。就算不关机，也要完全静音，谢谢。DJ 啊，加州的 DJ 师姐，莲金法师在找您，您在哪呢？如果有看到 DJ 的话，师姐，莲金法师在找您，请您到大殿。 山佛中美国西雅图雷藏寺同修南无大准提佛母与会大众请起立，恭迎无上法王圣尊莲生活佛师母莲香上师仁波切执上师团与会大众唱诵莲花童子心意颂。
We are now welcoming our Lian-Sheng Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, to enter into the temple hall, and we'll be reciting the Root Guru mantra.
问候，师尊好，师母好，大家好。顶礼坛城做大礼拜，礼拜根本传承上师及坛城三宝，Om Hom。一起手，恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛升法王座。师母，请上座，人不面。
We are inviting our Lian-Sheng Guru to please take the Dhamma seat. Inviting Sumu, all the Vajra masters, and Rinpoche and all the Vajra masters to please take the seats, and inviting everybody to please take the seats. According to the custom at this temple, we are inviting any of you who's here for the very first time or have not been here for a very long time to please stand up and introduce yourself. You may say your name and where you came from.
莲花净房来自香港。
香港的，欢迎您。
师母好，大家好，我是莲花月圆，来自 Edmond， 我的儿子。
欢迎你们哦。
I came from Edmonton. This is my son. And let's welcome all participating Masters, Venerables, and participants. The group practice tonight is Maha Cundi Buddha Mother. Clap twice and snap your fingers. Visualize true Buddha lineage. Namo Vairocana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lokana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Padma Kumara, Namo Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas radiating light to bless us. Recite the Guru Mantra 7 times.
Om Guru Lian-Sheng Siddhi Hom. 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 念清净咒及安土地真言。
Recite purification mantras and the Adhyati mantra.
Om Shudori 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 Soha. Om Vadaradan Ho Ho Om. Namo Samando Modoran Om Duru Duru Deve Soha. 念招请咒。
Recite invocation mantra.
Om Ah Hom Soha. Om Ah Hom Soha. 众弟子一心奉祈。
We sincerely invoke the Holy Red Crown Vajra Master, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. The Holy Red Crown Vajra Master, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. The Holy Red Crown Vajra Master, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. The main deity of the group practice, Nama Maha Cundi Buddha Mother. The main deity of the group practice, Maha Cundi Buddha Mother. The main deity of the group practice, Maha Cundi Buddha Mother. Namo Vairocana Buddha at the center. Namo Akshobha Buddha to the east. Namo Amitabha Buddha to the west. Namo Ratnasambha Buddha to the south. Namo Amoga Siddhi Buddha to the north. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Medicine Buddha. Namo Golden Mother of the primordial Jade Pond. Namo Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva. Namo Padma Kumara. Namo Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. Namo Manjushri Bodhisattva. Namo Maitreya Bodhisattva. Namo Vajra Sattva. Namo Guru Padma Sambhava. Namo Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, all Buddhas of 3 times in the 10 directions, all Bodhisattvas and Mahasattvas. Namo Maha Prajna Paramita. Great homage using visualization. First to the Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize full procession on the ground, release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize full procession on the ground, release the mudra. Third to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize full procession on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth half bow. Great mandala offering. Form the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole space. Make the offering of love to the lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, the mediator of the group practice, Maha Cundi Buddha Mother, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, and below all sentient beings. Recite the offering verse and mantra. Mount Meru, 4 continents, and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and marriage purge our karma to allow for civilization. Fourfold refuge. Visualize our lineage root guru, all the lineage gurus, Buddha jewel, Dharma jewel, and Sangha jewel to form bright white light to empower us. Reset the refuge mantra. Karma protection. Form Vajraklap's mudra. Reset Vajrapani mantra 7 times. Recite Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra. First, the invocation of the 8 great bodhisattvas. Namo Shikong Zang Pusa Mohosa, Namo Puxian Pusa Mohosa, Namo Jinggang Shou Pusa Mohosa, Namo Miao Ji Xiang Pusa Mohosa, Namo Chu Gai Zang Pusa Mohosa, Namo Di Zhang Wang Pusa Mohosa, Namo Zhu Zun Pusa Mohosa, 观世音菩萨，南无佛，南无法，南无僧，佛果有缘，佛法相依，常乐我净，有缘佛法。南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是大神咒，南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是大明咒，南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是无上咒，南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是无等等咒，南无金光密密佛。 法藏佛、狮子吼神诸幽王佛、佛告须弥灯王佛、法护佛、金刚藏狮子游戏佛、宝真佛、神通佛、药师琉璃光王佛、普光功德三王佛、三足功德宝王佛。 过去七佛，未来现劫千佛，1500佛，15000佛，500化身佛，100亿金刚藏佛，定光佛，六方六佛名号：东方宝光月殿月妙尊音王佛，南方树根花王佛，西方照晚神通焰花王佛。 北方月殿清净佛，上方无数精进保守佛，下方上济月音王佛，无量诸佛、多宝佛、释迦牟尼佛、弥勒佛、阿处佛、弥陀佛，中央一切众生，在佛世界中者，行诸于地上，即在虚空中，自由于一切众生，各令安稳休息。 昼夜修持，心常求诵此经，能灭生死苦，消除诸毒害。南无大明观世音，光明观世音，高明观世音，开明观世音。 药王菩萨、药上菩萨、文殊师利菩萨、普贤菩萨、虚空藏菩萨、地藏王菩萨、清凉宝山一万菩萨、普光王如来化身菩萨，念念诵此经。七佛世尊即说咒曰：尼波尼波得，求呵求呵得，陀罗尼得，尼诃那得。 宾林尼得，摩诃迦得，真林前得，娑哈尼波尼波得，求呵求呵得，陀罗尼得，尼诃那得，宾林尼得，摩诃迦得，真林前得，娑哈尼波尼波得，求呵求呵得，陀罗尼得，尼诃那得，宾林尼得，摩诃迦得，真林前得，娑哈尼波尼波得。 求呵求呵得，陀罗尼得，尼诃那得，宾林尼得，摩诃迦得，真林前得，娑哈尼波尼波得，求呵求呵得，陀罗尼得，尼诃那得，宾林尼得，摩诃迦得，真林前得，娑哈尼波尼波得，求呵求呵得。
陀罗尼帝尼诃那帝毗尼尼帝摩诃迦帝真宁成帝娑哈尼波尼波帝求诃求诃帝陀罗尼帝尼诃那帝毗尼尼帝摩诃迦帝真宁成帝娑哈十方观世音一切诸菩萨誓愿救众生称名悉解脱。若有智慧者殷勤为解说，但是有因缘读诵口不错，诵经满千遍，念念心不绝。或愿不能伤，刀兵力摧折，慧怒生欢喜，死者变成佛。莫言此事虚，诸佛不忘说。高王观世音能救诸苦厄，临危急难中，死者变成佛。诸佛语不虚，是故应顶礼。此诵满千遍，众罪皆消灭。后福坚信者，专攻受此经，愿以此功德普及于一切，诵满1000遍，众罪皆消灭。高王观世音经中，共念7遍往生咒。
Deliverance mantra 7 times.
多他伽多耶多地亚他阿弥尼多波比阿弥尼多瑟当波比阿弥尼多比迦南德阿弥尼多比迦南多迦尼尼迦迦那吉多迦尼娑哈南无阿弥多波耶多他伽多耶多地亚他阿弥尼多波比阿弥尼多瑟当波比阿弥尼多比迦南德阿弥尼多比迦南多迦尼尼迦迦那吉多迦尼娑哈南无阿弥多波耶多他伽多耶多地亚他阿弥尼多波比阿弥尼多瑟当波比阿弥尼多比迦南德阿弥尼多比迦南多迦尼尼迦迦那吉多迦尼娑哈南无阿弥多波耶多他伽多耶多地亚他阿弥尼多波比阿弥尼多瑟当波比阿弥尼多比迦南德阿弥尼多比迦南多迦尼尼迦迦那吉多迦尼娑哈南无阿弥多波耶多他伽多耶多地亚他阿弥尼多波比阿弥尼多瑟当波比阿弥尼多比迦南德阿弥尼多比迦南多迦尼尼迦迦那吉多迦尼娑哈南无阿弥多波耶多他伽多耶多地亚他阿弥尼多波比阿弥尼多瑟当波比阿弥尼多比迦南德阿弥尼多比迦南多迦尼尼迦迦那吉多迦尼娑哈南无阿弥多波耶多他伽多耶多地亚他阿弥尼多波比阿弥尼多瑟当波比阿弥尼多比迦南德阿弥尼多比迦南多迦尼尼迦迦那吉多迦尼娑哈。手结莲花童子手印，观想莲花童子。
Form Padma Kumara Mudra. Visualize the empowerments of the 3 lights. Recite Padma Kumara mantra 21 times. Form Maha Cundi, the root mudra. First, empty your mind. Recite the Sunyata mantra. visualize as the Mount Meru. At the peak of Mount Meru, there is a lotus blossom. On top of it, the white Jun sixth syllable radiating yellow light. The sixth syllable revolves to become Maha Cundi Buddha Mother in light yellow, with 3 eyes and 18 arms, wearing a jeweled crown adorned with the image of a Buddha. And she wears white celestial garments and adorned with jewel bracelets. Her 18 arms hold many Dharma implements, with the original pair forming the root mudra in front of the chest, and in clockwise she holds wish-fulfilling pennant, lotus, bathing vase, lasso, its book wheel, conch, precious vase, wisdom chest, headdress, wedge, scepter, hook, axe, heavenly fruit, mala beads, wisdom sword, and the fearless mudra. Altogether 18 hands. Maha Cundi's Buddha Mother is light yellow and white, and she appears right in front and above us. Visualize the great Maha Cundi Buddha Mother's third eye should emit the bright ray of light upon us and enters into us through the brow point. Our whole body is purified and become pure white. Visualize the third eye from Maha Cundi Buddha Mother emits a bright light upon and shining upon our brow point. If you visualize to open, if you wish to open your third eye, you can perform this visualization until your brow point feels numb. Recite Maha Cundi heart mantra 108 times. First perform mala visualization.
Om Zari Zuri Zunti Soha. 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 Om Zari Zuri Junti 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 Soha。做9节佛风有3摩地。
Perform 9 cycle Buddha breathing, enter into samadhi. Recite that mantras of 8 principal deities and Ike Buddha Amitabha. Recite the supplication to the Buddha to stay in samsara. I pay homage and supplicate to virtuous and marvelous Tantrika, all Buddhas with the 10 directions of the Buddha lands as numerous as grains of sand, all Bodhisattvas who are full of compassion toward all sentient beings, all Heru plus Dhamma plus Dakinis, protectors of Dharma. The nights are long, the 3 poisons are proliferating, my body and soul are stricken, tumbling in misery of perpetual rebirth. With great compassion, His Holiness came to this world to salvage the deluded ones. 3 jewels, eminent wondrous light, will provide refuge for all. All fortunate beings, human and divine, relies on His Vajra body for the bestowal of teachings, vows, precepts, empowerments, and attainments. We disciples of Buddha plead that you stay in the Sahara to turn the Dharma wheel to benefit and give happiness to multitudes of sentient beings. Recite the mantra of longevity Buddha 108 times and dedicate the merits to the health and longevity of our lineage Guru.
Om Amanoni Tuwendiye Soha. 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 Amanoni Tuwendiye Soha. Om 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 Amanoni Tuwendiye Soha.
Merit dedication. May all uphold the Buddha, ascend to the realm of utmost bliss, repaying fourfold generosities from above, aiding those in the three realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, may we liberate all. We dedicate the merit of this good practice to our lineage Guru. May you stay healthy, live a long life, continually stay in samsara to turn the Dharma wheel. Inviting the Dharma King, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, to perform the overall merit dedication. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Maha Cundi Buddha Mother. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Maha Cundi Buddha Mother. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Maha Cundi Buddha Mother. We pray to Maha Cundi Buddha Mother to guide the Bardo spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha lands. We pray to Maha Cundi Buddha Mother to bless all participants with the eradication of their sicknesses. Please bestow good health, all wishes fulfilled, calamities transformed into auspiciousness, and strong commitment in spiritual cultivation. Please grant all of our wishes. May we be endowed with ample resources, and with enhanced wisdom, harmony, love, and respect. Enemies and enmities disperse. We pray to Maha Cundi Buddha Mother. By your wisdom, third eye, bless all participants. May the participants can also create the affinity to have the third eye, that in the future they can let their third eye bear fruition to observe upon all the realms and to be all-knowing. We pray to Maha Cundi Buddha Mother to bless all participants so that all their heart's desire can be fulfilled. To Maha Cundi Buddha Mother, gods in heavens, gods on earth, may we be far from all calamities, may all calamities abandon us. Let all disasters turn into dust. We pray to Maha Cundi Buddha Mother to eradicate all demonic obstructions, and may all hindrances disappear, may all enemies and enmities disappear. We say 100 syllable mantra 3 times.
Sawa karma sotame chitamo siriyan guru hum ha 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 Bhagavan sawa tathagata pecamami mensa pecapawa mahasamaya sato ahom pe om peca sato samaya manupanaya peca sato tenupadicha Checho me pawa suto kaye me pawa sopo kaye me pawa annorato me pawa sawa Siti me purayata sawa karma sutame chitamu siriyan guru hom ha 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 Bhagavan sawa tathagata pecamami mensa Pe Zi Pa Wa Maha Samaya Sato A Hom Pe Om Pe Za Sato Samaya Manu Panaya Pe Za Sato Tenu Pati Cha Je Zo Me Pa Wa Soto Kai Yu Me Pa Wa Sopo Kai Yu Me Pa Wa Anno Rato Me Pa Wa Sa Wa Siti Me Puraya Cha Sa Wa Karma Sutta Me Chitta Mu Siri Ren Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Pecamam Mimancha Pece Pawa Mahasamaya Sato A Hom Pei 做观想大礼拜，100根本传承。
Great homage using visualization for Surit Guru and all Buddhas.
观想顶礼。
Visualize for prostitution on the ground. Listen mudra second to all bodhisattvas. Visualize for prostitution on the ground. Release the mudra. Third to all hedukas and dhamma protectors. Visualize for prostitution on the ground. Release the mudra. Fourth hepa. Recite completion mantra. Let's give a great round of applause to show our utmost gratitude to our Lian-Sheng Guru for his blessing to this group practice.
敬献哈达，请大家恭敬合掌。我们有请常驻美国西雅图雷藏寺住持莲花德辉上师代表全体弟子向法王圣尊莲生活佛
The offering of Hatha, we are inviting
最崇高敬意。
the abbot of the Seattle Temple, Vajra Master Siddha Hui, to present the offering of Hatha to the Lian-Sheng Guru as a symbol of the highest honor. Now, let us join our palms with reference, and together we are inviting our Lian-Sheng Guru to bestow the precious Dharma teaching. First, let's pay homage to the Lian-Sheng Gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Sungkong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. Homage to Master Dubden Torchi. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. And homage to the main deity of the group practice this evening, Maha Cundi Buddha Mother, Sumu Tanchen Gato, all Dhamma masters, Dhamma educators, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma lecturers, Dhamma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. And our participating VIPs today are only 2 of them. Accountant to Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa. Dr. Ryan Zong. And the other VIPs don't want to register themselves. Actually, each participant is a VIP. So today we did the group practice of Maha Cundi Buddha Mother. Actually, we take turns in the 8 primary deities of True Buddha School. 1 deity per week, and very fast. It's their turn again. And I have talked about Maha Cundi so much that there's about nothing to say, nothing more to say. And I was looking at this earlier and wondering what I would talk about. And last, the most secret of Maha Cundi's mantra. That's the mantra. 9 syllables. Soha is considered as 1. 2, or Soha is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Om, that all dharmas intrinsically is non-arising, and Tze means all dharmas are non-arising and non-ceasing. Since it is non-rising, how could it be ceasing? So it's non-rising and non-ceasing. And Li is the characteristic of all dharmas, is nothing obtainable. It has no appearance, no form. And Zu means everything is non-abiding. Actually, the Fa here, the Dharma, means everything, or all phenomena. All phenomena is non-abiding. And the second Li means that all phenomena is undefiled, is immaculate. Zun means all phenomena has no perception or no sensation. And Di means all phenomena are equal, free of grasping. And Soha means all phenomena is equal and inexpressible. And since it's inexpressible, this is the end. Nothing to say. There's a sutra, and according to the sutra, the precious, majestic sutra of Manjushri Bodhisattva is spoken by the Buddha. In the sutra, it was written, one day, Manjushri Bodhisattva and Sariputra is the great Arhat, the great Shravaka. So Manjushri Bodhisattva and Sariputra went traveling to the Buddha land in the south. The two of them were flying, and they passed through myriads of the Buddha lands, like innumerable, a lot of places. And they got to the south. There was a Tathagata, And that place was called the majestic place of the south. And there was a Tathagata called the Baozu Tathagata, or the precious jewels Tathagata, teaching Buddha Dharma. And Manjushri Bodhisattva asked Sariputra, we have passed so many places, so many like worlds. And there are some worlds that's filled with fire. There's some world that's filled with water. And there are many worlds who just appeared. And there are some worlds that are deteriorating. There are some worlds that are prosperous. And there are some worlds that are in poverty. So Manjushri Bodhisattva asked Sariputra, how did you feel about all this world that you saw? And Sariputra replied, the place with fire is fire, and the place with water is all water, and the place that's poor is poor, and the place that's prosperous is prosperous. And the world that just arose, then they were just born. And the world that just disappeared, they were destroyed. So that was the answer of Sariputra. And Manjushri, and then Sariputra in turn asked Manjushri Bodhisattva, you asked me this, but now I would like to ask you, what did you see? And Manjushri Bodhisattva only replied in 2 words, empty space, nothing. There, just empty space, nothing. And Sariputra was curious and then asked Manjushri Bodhisattva, there were thousands of worlds, all these phenomena, but why did you say that they are just empty space? And Manjushri Bodhisattva replied, all these worlds will deteriorate eventually, will disappear eventually. Only the empty space or the sky is indestructible. So Manjushri Bodhisattva said that what he saw was the undestroyed empty space. And it's written here in the mantra that the empty space is not arising and it is non-ceasing, and in this empty space it is nothing is attainable. There is no defilement, and there is nothing to be perceived or to be sensed. There is nothing to get or to relinquish. That in this empty space everything is equal and there's nothing to say. And this is the mantra of Maha Cundi Buddha Mother. It also talks about the empty space. So they went to this Baozu Rulai's place, both Manjushri Bodhisattva and Sariputra. Sariputra said that the fire is fire, the water is water, and the deteriorating one is deteriorating, and the one that's rising is rising. It's rising. And some is poor, some is rich. That's what Sariputra observed. But Manjushri Bodhisattva said that all he saw, because everything, every phenomena is unreal, it will be destroyed eventually. Only the empty space is undestroyable. Let me tell you another thing as an analogy. I went to watch a movie today. So what's playing inside the movie? Of course, it's about love, hate, about desire, anger, and ignorance. And then the audience watching the movie is a good movie from beginning to the end. And that's the end. As you walked out from the movie theater, what was playing in the movie? Oh, the main actor and the actress and the supporting actors and actresses. And they play this and that, and then the movie ended. So what did you see? You saw the movie and the scenes inside the movie. But were you affected by it? If it were Sariputra who watched the movie, then he was talking about the scenes or the story of the movie. But Manjushri Bodhisattva, if it were Manjushri Bodhisattva watching the movie, then he just abandoned the movie, and Manjushri Bodhisattva is still Manjushri Bodhisattva. So if the main actor died, the main character died, the audience died? No. If the main lady, leading lady, really loved, was deeply in love, was the audience also deeply in love? No, it was just a movie. So what I was trying to say is that, like what Sariputra saw, everything will pass. The real thing is the empty space. After you watch the movie, you are still you. The person is still the person. The movie is the movie. They are unrelated to each other. So what I'm explaining here is the heart mantra of Maha Cundi Buddha Mother. And that's the empty space. It's indestructible because the empty space can give birth to everything and can also destroy everything. So a living human being, as if he exists, but actually it's not real, because in the future they will also disappear and becomes nothing. who can truly have fame and position throughout all the dynasties. Qing Wei Tang San Zhou Wei Jin Tang Song Yan Ming Qing, all the different dynasties in China with so many emperors, and then the republic. This is the China history. 当一下上周秦太四国魏晋南北朝隋唐宋元明清。Was there an emperor that stayed an emperor forever? No, nothing. They all returned to dust. They all returned to emptiness. Was there a wealthy man who always had his money forever? No. During the Qing dynasty, there was a character called He Sen. He was so corrupt. As I remembered, the emperor took a precious pagoda from lapis lazuli made of 7 precious gems, and He Sen saw that, and he smiled slyly because he had hundreds of them at his home, and the emperor only had one, because He Sen was extraordinarily rich. But did he still have the money? No. The most beautiful lady under the heaven, would she stay a beauty forever? Today, do we have a beautiful lady here? Of course. Every woman would think she's beautiful. That was Molly's mother, Molly's mom. She's right there. Please stand up so that everybody can see you. Okay, please sit down. So Molly's mom is here. How about Molly? She's not here. Oh. How can she not be here? Her mom is here. She's busy working. Oh, she's hardworking. Is Molly more beautiful or her mom is beautiful? If Molly doesn't have time and always busy like this, then she would become like Molly's mom, like her mom. In order to stay youthful, you live, relax, have money, and have a good lifestyle, and know to keep young. Otherwise, she would become her mom. No beauty stays forever. But it's better to be beautiful the Uber or taxi driver, when they got a beautiful woman when they gave a ride to Molly, they would feel happier, and if they give a ride to Molly's mom, then they would feel a little bit unhappy. But at the end, doesn't matter how beautiful you are or how high your position is, it would return to emptiness. Doesn't matter how rich you are, it will return to emptiness. It talks about nothing is attainable here. Doesn't matter how beautiful you are, it would return to emptiness. That's how it is. So only the empty space is uncontaminated, undefiled. It talks here that only the Buddha nature cannot be contaminated, or the Buddha nature cannot be contaminated, and it is everlasting. And in each of our bodies, there is a Buddha nature, the Buddha said. And the Buddha nature cannot be contaminated. However, why your Buddha nature cannot manifest or appear? It exists, but why it doesn't manifest? Because it is enshrouded by your own karma, your own afflictions, and everything else. That's why it does not appear. But if you get rid of your afflictions, you let go of yourself, and you have forgotten all of your afflictions, your miseries, your happiness, and everything. When nothing else exists, then the Buddha nature will appear. So our spiritual cultivation is to completely eradicate ego, karma, and afflictions. So the Buddha nature intrinsically exists inside you, and you are the Buddha nature. However, you're being surrounded by your worries, afflictions, attachments, and ego grasping, and all those things. So spiritual cultivation is to eliminate ego, grasping to ego, self-attachment, and all afflictions. Then the Buddha nature will manifest and appear. So that's my talk about Maha Cundi Buddha Mother today. I often talk about Master Hui Jun being chubby, but actually the chubbiness can save your life. Like say if Hui Jun and I went to the mountain to go hunting, as an example. It's not a real story, but and then we encounter a tiger. Then Master Hui Jun would save my life because I would run faster than she does. Because she's rather plump and her soul, she's flat soul, flat-feeted. Therefore, we should respect the fat ones, because who knows? because Hui Jun is my attendant and Lien Yu is my attendant, Hanifa is also my attendant, and the Reverend Li Li is also my attendant. And Reverend Lien Ying is also my attendant. Reverend Lien Qi is also my attendant. If we all go out together and there's an evildoer chasing after Grandmaster's life, then Hui Jun will really save my life. Because we all run faster. She doesn't run very fast because she had flat soles, so she cannot run very fast. So she will save my life. Therefore, we should pay respect to the fat ones too. A lot of things is like that. So you're respectful toward every person and treat them equally. Then that's equality, and you have no hang up. Because who knows, one day maybe they will save you instead. So talking about Hui Jun being plump, but she has her own benefit. If we are chased by tigers, she would be eaten first. And I would run faster. So after the tiger eats her, then the tiger would be full, then would not want to eat me. So Hui Jun would have saved my life. Now let's talk about Lamdre. The so-called sixth instruction, by utilizing these four Dharma practices, it is not impossible. It is impossible not to be absorbed into it on any of the practice paths. The so-called six instructions are divided into the common six instructions, which are removing the toxin, accepting the nectar, determination, scheming to smother, and collecting and dispersing. And the great self-mastery yogi six instructions are divided into the realization or seeing, which are divided into removing the poison, accepting the nectar and determination, and contemplation, which are also removing the poison, accepting the nectar and determination. Although in this verse, contemplation is listed first, but in reality, it should be the realization first. It was stated the other way around. The statement in the verse, upon removal, enter onto the path. Practice the mind purification and discernment, which is the removal of poison of the realization. It includes the three instructions of realization to make the unabiding mind abide, and the three instructions of contemplation to recognize any kinds of meditative stability, obtain benefit, and remove faults. So the most important thing is to make the unabiding mind to abide and to recognize meditative stability, to obtain benefit, and to remove faults or flaws. Let me explain this part here. Remove the poison. What is the poison? Let me share a joke about poison. Someone wanted to kill himself. As I remember, the joke is, it's a joke from Mainland China. So he bought a bottle of poison and drank the poison, but he did not die because the poison was fake. And then he bought a piece of rope and hanged himself. But the rope broke because the rope was made of paper. It was fake. Oh, yeah. And what was the third one? I forgot. But it was also fake. So he did not die. So he went to the bar because he did not die, so might as well just celebrate and drank alcohol. And then he died from it because the alcohol was fake. Because the alcohol was counterfeit, you know, the fake. So, talking about removing the poison. So you need to eliminate all the fake ones or the false ones. Like Maha Cundi said very clearly, everything that you see, everything that you hear, everything that you breathe in through the nose, everything that your tongue tastes, all the 5 aggregates, all the 5 senses of the vision, the hearing, the taste, the touch, and the thinking. Those are all fake. You know, if you see a beautiful lady, you would think, oh, that's beautiful. So, but when you see Molly, you should think of Molly's mom, because that's just a false appearance, because not long she would become like Molly's mom. Like sound, like beautiful music, and you think it's real. Actually, it's not. Because after you hear it, it's gone. The eyes, the ears, the nose, the fragrance that you smell, the taste of your tongue, the touch of the body, and then your thoughts, things that you generate from your mind. They're all toxic. Once you eliminate all of them, that's removing the poison. And accepting nectar, when the Dharma flow of the universe enter into your body, that's accepting the nectar. So the Dharma flow of the cosmic space, of the Yidam, that's the nectar. You need to stop all the poison by letting go all of attachments. So the 6 roots, pieces, and the 6 roots, the 6 senses, so that vision, hearing, smell, touch, taste, and thoughts, and then the 6 consciousness, they all need to be cut off. You have to let go of all these attachments. Like if you cannot fall asleep, and sometimes you receive it, which means to harmonize it or disperse it. They all need to be let go. Once you let that go, then you would be able to enter onto the path of meditation. In summary, the attachments, differentiations have to be transformed into equality. So non-discrimination, no afflictions, no attachments have all be completely eliminated in order to enter into meditation or contemplation. The disciple asked the Guru, please teach me how to to protect myself. How? There's so many martial arts. And the disciple said, things that's very effective, like you don't feel any pain when you kneel on the washing board, or because the guru is cannot do anything, because the guru's wife is more incredible than the guru. So she's glaring at me. So I have no skills. When she's criticizing me, that I only have one solution, is not to listen to her. But she's by my side, so I'm trying to go further, to go to the bathroom and close the door and to hide. Then no problem will happen. Then we stay in peace. When she's disturbed, she would generate the and she started to shoot, and we have to know how to avoid and hide. The same thing in contemplation and meditation. When things start to appear in your mind, there's some running thoughts, then you need to be able to discard them. There is a mantra in Tantrayana to discard. What is the mantra? Pei. Reverend Lian-Sheng said, that's right, Pei. Pei meaning no. Like someone says something and you reply, Pei. Pei is like nonsense. I will not listen to you. Like if you don't hear anything, then your sense of hearing is clean. When you don't see anything, then your sense of vision is clean. When you don't smell anything anymore, your olfactory or your smelling sense is clean. When your tongue doesn't taste anything, then your sense of tongue is clean. When your body doesn't touch anything anymore, your body is clean. When your mind doesn't have any more thoughts, then your mind is purified, is clean. And this cleansing is removing the poison, which is also stopping and cutting off. And at that moment, your ability to enter into meditation will appear. When Sakyamuni Buddha was at Jetavana, at the Vulture Park, it was raining, it was drenching for 7 days and nights, and it was flooding everywhere. And all the monks that were able to meditate, they all entered into meditation and did not drink nor eat for 7 continuous days. How could they do that without eating and drinking for 7 days? Because everything is emptied and they don't feel any hunger or thirst. They could not go anywhere for alms begging. They could not get any food. And how about the rest? They were starving. Those who were not able to meditate were starving, but those who were able to meditate, they entered into meditation. The great monks and the great arhats, only the novices could not meditate, and they were so weak from hunger and thirst, and they could not even move their bodies. So the Buddha finally asked Manjushri Bodhisattva to go alms begging to another country. And he got lots of them, but only placed it inside one bowl and brought it back to this park. So he had such transcendent power to do that. Just a small bowl for thousands or hundreds of monks. How could they look at that small bowl? A little bit of food. But Sakyamuni Buddha said that Manjushri Bodhisattva's transcendent, majestic powers, incredible. You go ahead and take the food and it will fill all of you. And sure enough, there's everything in it. And they kept getting more and more food, so that all the people at the those people who did not have the ability to meditate get some food. So Manjushri Bodhisattva had such power. It was written in the sutra. So those who could meditate did not have to eat and drink for 7 days and nights, and the rest were about to die. But nowadays, is there anyone able to not eat and drink for 7 days and nights? No. So therefore, you should learn to meditate right away. There was a youngster who broke the law and was caught by the policeman, and the policeman was going to fine him, and he resented it. And as he was signing the paper, he said that, "What are you trying to who knows that one day you will be in my hand?" And the policeman was wondering, how could I fall into his hand? What does he do? and asked him, and he said, "Oh, I'm working at the crematory, at the cremation place." Tomorrow I've talked about the poison, removing the poison a lot. I got on the public bus and realized I didn't bring any money. So in front of the place where you put in the money, I didn't know what to do. And the grandma behind me saw that. And she waved her hand to me and spoke Taiwanese. "Young man, come over here." I was so moved and went there. I was thinking that the grandma was going to give me money. And instead she said, "Get off the bus from the exit door. Don't delay our time." If it had been me, if a youngster does not have money, he forgot to bring money, then I would give him money. So sometimes helping others is the same as helping yourself. You should treat everyone equally. So the realm of Grandmaster is like this. If I lose my money, I'm okay. I will not be worried, I will not be upset. I will not treat the money as money. Because I would think like this. If the money is with me, I can use it. If the money is picked up by someone else, then he or she can use it. The function of money is the same. So if it's picked up by someone, then that someone is fortunate. So let him or her enjoy it. I'm okay. I don't care. So that's my spirit. I don't know if you have it or not. So whatever that you lose, it's okay. I don't care. If I lose it, I lose it. If I can use it, someone else can also use it. The use is the same. So this means it's no attachments. It's not that only you can use it. So if the old lady has money, she should have helped the youngster. That's my view. So equality and non-discrimination. Last night I cannot fall asleep. I was going to count the lamb. It's like 1 lamb, 2 lamb, 3 lambs. But I was thinking, then I remember about my the wife, so I started counting my wives. 1 wife, 2 wives, 3 wives, 4 wives. And the more I count, the more awake and the more happy I am. So I lost sleep. I had been an emperor before. I still remember it. When I was an emperor, my harem is full with thousands of beauties. I cannot finish counting my wives. but I did not practice the non-leaking Dharma at that time. So every night I would suffer. Why? Because I had too many wives. In the daytime, it was already quite miserable, reading and approving the reports. And then at night, I had to accompany the beauties. That was full of misery. So that man who was counting wives and felt very happy, but actually that was quite miserable. But if you have attainment in your tantric practice, now Grandmaster is a non-leaking yogi, then the misery will be resolved. When I was the emperor, how could I not know about tantric practice and not to practice the non-leaking? And I had lots of children. That was quite miserable. That was horrible. So actually, sex is also poison. Ma Yin said this, the founder of Alibaba. Ma Yin said, that his junior high school teacher always arranged beautiful girl to sit on the same desk as him. So he's very grateful to his teacher. So on Teacher's Day, he offered his gratitude to the Guru. And the Guru replied, because it's to avoid the beautiful girls to have romances too early. So that's why the Guru, the teacher, had him sit next to beautiful girls, because Ma Yin is very ugly, like an E.T. He looked like he's an extraterrestrial. So having a beautiful lady next to him, the E.T. would be happy, but the lady would not. So this is all about sensual pleasure. One likes it, the other one doesn't. So when you're about to enter into meditation, follow this piece, this excerpt. In order to enter into meditation, you need to eradicate likes and dislikes, that everything is the same. The final words. Don't see with your eyes, because it's easy to miss. Don't listen with your ears, because those are all lies. Just use the time and feel it with your heart. The real ones cannot be faked, and the fake ones cannot pretend to be real. So time is a good thing. It can prove humans' heart, can see humans' character, can see clearly the real ones, and also to see the fake ones, to recognize the fake ones. So the long distance, you would know the strength of the horse in the long distance, and you would know the real heart of a human being by knowing them for a very long time. So time will leave the most real people. So the disciples have to observe the Guru for 3 years, and the Guru has to observe the disciples for 3 years. Is this 3 years enough? No. See, I have seen the ghost witch for how many years? 30 years. I came here in 1982. I immigrated to Seattle in 1982. And she wrote it in her book that in 1986 she was together with Sakyamuni Buddha. So she took refuge at about that time. So I did not even recognize her true face in 30 years. The Grandmaster is very kind-hearted. The Grandmaster knew 20 years ago, since 20 years ago, but I treated her equally only until she tried to kill me that I did something. Over 20 years ago, so about 10 years later, I recognized her, but I never accuse her. I never make it known. So when you accept people, you trust them. Since she stood up by herself, I asked someone wearing purple to stand up, but instead she stood up and she was wearing blue. And because of that, the person who wore purple did not dare to stand up. So it was destiny. So I just used her instead because she had the courage. She was bold enough to stand up, but the one wearing purple ended up not getting up, standing up. So even I knew how she was, I did not. I just let it be. Until one day she wanted both lineage and independence. How could there be? How could she have both? She said it very clearly. I wanted the lineage, but also to be independent. And I agreed because she wanted it. But on October 3rd that year, she sent thousands of troops of ghosts to my house. Then that was truly unacceptable. So I started to write it in my books. Sorry about it, but Grandmaster is still very kind and compassionate. The Buddha taught us to pay homage to the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Pratekas, Buddhas, Sravakas, and at least you need to do the practice. He never asked us to pray to the ghost, to enshrine ghosts, and you made statues out of the 5 ghosts. Wasn't that more scary? So that was the past. In any case, the Buddha nature is still inside her body, but the ghosts enshroud her vision. That's how human life is. Until now, I still pray to the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapas, Dakinis, and all divinities, so that she can have clear vision quickly, soon, to first eradicate her own greed, so she does not always talk about someone owning someone else but has to give the money to her. She cannot threaten people that they would die at a certain time, so get money by threatening. So she cannot be greedy, she cannot be angry or full of hatred or ignorant and deluded. Because you're ignorant, that's why you worship ghosts. You're greedy, although you never made offering to Grandmaster for over 10 years. It's okay, but you took the money other people offered to Grandmaster. I will not ask for your money, but Grandmaster knows that there's some people who ask her to pass the offering to Grandmaster on their behalf, but you took them all. And the anger, aggression, and hatred, and that troops of thousands of ghosts were really vicious to come to my house. For what, you know? And then worshipping the ghosts is ignorance. I hope you eliminate all your greed, anger, and delusion, and one day too, you would become a Buddha. I hope that the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapas, Dakinis, and divinities protect her so that she could gain the true understanding of the mind and seeing the Buddha nature soon. We are very grateful to His Holiness precious Dharma teachings. And today, September 22nd, Sunday at 3 p.m. at the Rainbow Temple in North Bend, Washington, our lineage Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, will preside over Vajrasattva Homa fire offering ceremony and grant the corresponding empowerments. And after the Homa, there would be a Dharma teaching on Lamdre. And before the Homa at 1:30, at the Homa Hall, there will be the book reading of His Holiness book number 246, Chatting with Oneself, led by Vajramaster Si Lian-Qin from Seattle. And there's direct webcast for the book reading as well. And now we'll be incanting Buddha Amitabha.
请新皈依者到坛城前长跪，恭请法王圣尊为新皈依者做皈依灌顶。
Inviting any of you who would like to take refuge to please come forward to the center of the temple and personally receive the refuge initiation from our lineage Guru. If you would like to take refuge in His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng and follow the spiritual cultivation of True Buddha School, and you're not present in person, you may also send a letter to True Buddha Foundation in Redmond, Washington.
恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛加持大悲咒水及为佛像开
I'll
光。
be inviting His Holiness to bless the Great Compassion Holy Water and to consecrate Buddha images. Please stand up and pay homage.
Home. 3拜诸护法金刚，Om Ah Hom。4平等一起手，同修会圆满吉祥结束了。感谢根本传承上师的大加持，感谢师母、诸位上师、教授师、法师、讲师、助教、贵宾、同门善信大德的护持，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing. 以下师尊会给大家摸顶。